What up? I'm Diddy Love. Drop down here, like, subscribe, and share. I came here to keep it 1 trillion this morning. Okay. Yeah, it was a lot going on this weekend. What I've learned and what I've always known about the black community is that if you don't agree with everything they say, then you're just on the outs. I find it interesting that if I was on here talking all kind of bullshit, people would agree with me. But because I don't agree with ignorant shit and I look at things outside the box, I am a problem. Now, let's talk about this scenario with the young man in Chicago, once again, whose daughter was murdered in the drive-through of the McDonald's, okay? And everyone says it's his fault because he disrespected the dead by peeing on that grave. My issue is this. When you say that he deserved to die, what you're telling me is that the young man who killed him, the 18-year-old who was arrested, he deserves to die too, because he's going to hell for the next 25 years over urine and ego. That is what this comes down to, people. Urine and ego. Because the dead is 6 feet under. People walk dogs in cemeteries all day. They piss on the grave. Birds shit on your grave, okay? It is what it is. Y'all want to respect the dead on a level that you do not respect the living. So let's remove the little girl from the scenario and let's say that she wasn't in the car and just the father was killed. So what you're telling me is that the father deserved to die because of urine and ego. Because again, you don't know what the person in the grave did either, correct? We don't know. This is a gang-banging situation. And then you have grown-ass men on here talking about, well, when I was in the streets. We know it's 2 different motherfucking streets. There's the streets when we was coming up. We had a whole different code going on. This is a new day and a new age. There's a lot of fake pretend-ass gangsters, right? But it's all about respect in the black community. But we don't respect each other. We don't respect life. If you're saying that he deserved to die for being disrespectful, for peeing on a grave, let me tell you something. When I was little one time, I told my mother I was afraid of the cemetery, I believe. And my mother said, honey, you need to be afraid of the living. The dead ain't never done nothing to nobody. Okay? So we talking about him disrespecting a grave site. Right. See, it gets technical for me and it gets a little iffy because if that's the case, then anytime anybody feels disrespected, it's justifiable for them to commit a murder. And that's just not so, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Okay? Because if you get mad, like, oh, it's his fault. He should have known. He shouldn't have been out with his daughter if he knew people was after him. It's a lot of you motherfuckers that people are after. It's a lot of y'all that if somebody see you on the street, they're going to fuck you up on sight. But you still out with your kids. So what are you saying? No, people need to stop murdering each other. That's what the fuck needs to happen. There's no excuse to take someone's life over some bullshit. And we need to learn the difference between bullshit and real shit. And we got it twisted. For real, for real. I'm appalled, I'm disgusted, and I'm going to stand in my truth and what I'm saying. And I strongly believe, like I said, that boy and that girl did not deserve to die. I don't give a fuck what he filmed peeing on a gravesite. The person's already dead. He's 6 feet under. That pee didn't penetrate shit. Y'all talking about the disrespect. That's about emotions and feelings of the people who are still here. The young man who killed that little girl is 18 years old. He's about to go to hell for 25 years. But y'all are saying, yeah, he should because they disrespected his friend. So some disrespect is worth this man not having his life. He's 18. He's not going to be out anytime soon. He's about to be somebody's bitch in prison. And then when he gets out, he's a threat to society. But y'all are saying it's okay? He deserved to kill. He should have killed that man for peeing on his friend's fucking grave. He should not be going to prison over urine and motherfucking ego, in my opinion. I'm so sorry. That's my thought for this morning. Y'all have a good day. Drop down there and let me know what y'all think. Because in the big picture, let's think about it. This is about fucking ego and piss. Remember how many people was killed over fucking Michael Jordan sneakers because somebody stepped on their shoe and people felt that was disrespectful and they had the right to kill over disrespect? When in reality, if you're upset over somebody stepping on some $200 sneakers, it means that you can't motherfucking afford them in the first place because it shouldn't matter. They're shoes. But again, that was justifiable too. Oh, they disrespected him by stepping on his sneakers. Oh, they shouldn't have been on that side of town. Niggas fight over property they don't own. You can't go to the east side if you from the north side, but these niggas don't own shit. But it's disrespectful. But we say it's okay because when you disrespect it, the other person should have known better. They should have known not to come to that side of town because they don't like you. So, yeah, that's why you got killed, and that's why it's okay. That's why the black community has not grown to this day. This is why every other ethnicity of motherfuckers in America got a bunch of shit, except us. Because we keep making excuses and reasons on why to fucking disrespect one another and why it's okay. It's not fucking okay. The children are dying. A lot of you are under the impression that kids are only killing each other in fucking Chicago, and that's not the case. Kids are dying all across America every day, all day, under the guise of being fucking disrespected. This shit needs to stop. Grown people don't respect one another. We can't, let me tell y'all, I watched the video, I wrote a comment underneath, and the bitch told me, you obviously didn't watch my video. No, bitch, I watched, I disagreed. What the fuck? But we don't have that right. We can't do that. When you disagree, you're wrong. Because, see, everybody has a pack mentality. Nobody thinks beyond. I went down to the Middle Eastern people, and I said, hey, what's up? How y'all getting all these gas stations and shit? What's good? What's the deal? They told me, you know what I'm saying? You got to come up with like a $200,000. You get a contract. We not buying the gas stations. We get a contract with them. And we pay, and then what we make a month is ours. The only key thing is you got to get people to work this shit. Your family don't really want to do it. But I noticed they all share workers. And they all work the fuck together so each one of them can get a contract. Niggas been in America forever, and we don't own shit as a collective. Why? Because of disrespect. Period.